remember when I said this about why the far right is propping up Nick Shirley's attack on medical providers? That is the goal, friends. A world where the 1% gets to hoard all the wealth they want, and families with disabled loved ones get told to go f themselves. Yeah, well, not to say I told you so, but I told you so. They are now going after home health care and hospice companies in multiple states, accusing all of them of fraud and demanding that they all be defunded, all based on exactly zero actual evidence. And the entire campaign, yeah, it's being boosted by the richest man in the world, which makes sense when you realize that Republicans successfully defunding disability and elderly services would benefit the world's only trillionaire most of all, since Republicans would obviously plow all of those savings right back into tax cuts and tax subsidies for the rich. I'm referring to this newest bombshell video from the far right, which features a very similar premise to Nick's video, only this one is being made in California.
Look at what this is uncovering. Hospice.
Hospice, home health care, Allegiance Home Health, Honeywell Home Health, Wellspring Home Health. So we're gonna find out what's going on.
Dude, another building with several agencies.
I have no doubt that the dudes making these videos genuinely believe they have uncovered fraud, or at least they think it's a possibility. Anyone who listened to even 15 seconds of Nick Shirley's Channel 5 interview knows for absolute certain that that guy is not smart enough to understand how healthcare works.
Who do you think are the three most benevolent billionaires?
What do you mean by the word benevolent?
And I don't know much about the store brand Nick Shirley, this piece of shit, but bro hasn't even managed to discover the magic of sunscreen yet, so I seriously doubt he's the brightest bulb in the box either. But Elon Musk, he's definitely intelligent enough to understand that this isn't fraud, because you don't even need to have an extensive background or knowledge base in healthcare to understand that home healthcare typically happens in the home, hun, or that medical plazas exist and are very common and not in any way fraudulent. And when someone promotes lies that they know are lies, your very first question should be, why? What is their motivation here? The easy answer in this case is, of course, money. For grifting content creators like Nick and old Sun Damage McGee over here, it's the money that they'll get off of views, and in Nick's case at least, dumbass merchandise for his even dumber audience to buy. But for Elon, the answer is a little more complicated and a whole lot more evil than that. Because at the end of the day, for the world's richest man, this is also rooted in Elon's support and passion for literal eugenics. And while he might be the only power player in Republican politics dumb enough to openly support eugenicist policies, there are a whole lot more of them who do so quietly. And I think it's really important that that part not get lost in all of this, because disabled people getting hurt or even killed by defunding services for our community isn't a bug of the Republican plan. It's a feature. And these content creators, they are just the useful idiots helping the Republican elite manufacture consent amongst the public to get it done. So if you're watching this video and you happen to be a conservative and you have anyone in your family that you care about that's disabled, this is your wake-up call. They are using your racism, your bigotry against your disabled loved one. There's a reason they started with the state where they could blame the Somali community. And it didn't even take them a week to move on to demonizing other states. So if you love your loved one, babe, it's time to confront your own racism before you literally kill them.